All right, let's bring in Fox News contributor Leo Terrell, a civil rights attorney and a former Democrat. Let's put the statistics that the New York Post cited up on the screen and look at them comparatively, Leo, and then we'll get you to remark on them. 52% of felony cases downgraded to misdemeanors compared to 39% in 2019. Convictions on felonies only 51% of the time. That's down from 68% in 2019. Declined to prosecute 35% of felony cases and requested bail in just 49% of felony cases, down from 69% in 2019. When you look at those statistics, what do you think is going on there at the Manhattan DA's office?
First of all, those numbers are shocking and dangerous for holiday shoppers, John, in New York City. I'll tell you exactly what's going on, because I've been a civil rights lawyer and a criminal lawyer for over 30 years. Those are prosecutorial discretion numbers. He's downgrading felonies to misdemeanor. And get this, John, in felony convictions and misdemeanor convictions, he's losing 3-1. And it's a 50-50 chance that he'll lose a felony conviction. There's no leverage. He's lost the leverage, and the criminal can say, I'll go to trial because I got a great chance to get off. He has basically abandoned the ability to prosecute vigorously, to act as a deterrent. He's lost it, and he's done it intentionally. When he's downgraded these felonies to misdemeanors, the crimes are still serious, John, but he's lowered the standard for the conviction. And it's just scary for all individuals who live in the city of New York.
As we saw in our fine report just a moment ago, Alvin Bragg's office is pushing back against all of this, saying, look, you're comparing statistics during COVID to statistics now. We're still having some problems getting things back on track. But here's what Eugene O'Donnell, who is a professor of criminal justice at John Jay College, is also ex-NYPD, and he is a former Queens and Brooklyn's prosecutor, had to say about it. He said, quote, the real question at this point is, why do you have a DA's office? What is the DA's office there for? The guy is avowedly anti-punishment. He's avowedly anti-responsibility. These numbers reflect that. I mean, the DA, he sets the tone, or he or she, in that case, sets the tone and then delivers the marching orders from on high. So, I mean, is this nothing but flow through from Alvin Bragg's head?
John, let me be very clear. It is insulting to use COVID as a justification for the assaults on the subway, for the murders, for the stabbing. It is insulting to every New Yorker for that to be used. That is not the motivation for these crimes that are felonies and misdemeanor. Secondly, Alvin Bragg is a public defender dressed as a district attorney. He is not interested in the victim. He is trying to basically open the jails and basically allow criminals to roam the street. And they are roaming the street, John. I cannot stress the point that when he has the discretion to change a felony to a misdemeanor, he's giving a criminal a pass to leave and walk. And his conviction rate is horrible. Good DAs usually convict 70 to 80%. And those are just outright facts. So he has no intention of prosecuting criminals, John. That's just the bottom line.
Well,
New Yorkers should be scared. And last point, John, he got a pass when Lee Zeldin didn't win that election. Because if Lee Zeldin would have won that election, that guy would be out of office.
Hey, just want to ask you real quickly, one perpetrator who's not going to be walking the streets probably ever again is the shooter in that horrible top shooting in Buffalo. He pleaded guilty today to 25 counts, 10 counts of first-degree murder, 10 counts of second-degree murder as a hate crime, 3 counts of attempt murder as a hate crime, and domestic terrorism. Under New York law, he'll spend the rest of his life in jail, but he still could face potential death penalty charges at the hands of federal prosecutors.
Well, the only thing I can say is that thank goodness that case, it was a horrible situation, but thank goodness Alvin Bragg does not have his fingerprints or paws on that case. That case is outside of his jurisdiction.
All right, Leo Terrell, good to talk to you today. Thanks so much for your thoughts.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.